Ahead of the Edo 2024 governorship election, former chairman of Sterling Bank plc Dr. Ighodalo on Wednesday 17 January 2024 officially declared an intention to contest the 2024 Edo governorship election under the platform of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) for Edo PDP Secretariat for Benin City, Edo State. PDP leaders wait and for this declaration now. Edo State PDP chieftain and past senator representing Edo Central Senatorial District, Senator Clifford Odia, national leader of the PDP, High Chief Tom Ikime, Secretary, Edo PDP Senatorial Caucus Central, Barrister Luxin Ogedegbe, Edo PDP Senatorial Vice Chairman Central and Senatorial Caucus Chairman Archbishop Anthony Okosu, Deputy Speaker, Edo State House of Assembly, Honorable Maria Edeko, former House of Representative member representing Esan West, Esan Central and Ingweben Federal Constituency, Honorable Joe Edionwere, past Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly and serving House of Representative member Right Honorable Marcus Onobu, and former Speaker Edo State House of Assembly and member House of Representative Honorable Friday Itula, among others. Dr. Ighodalo for in declaration speech talk say in the run for the office of the governor, sake of say he won't bring real solutions to carry Edo people enter a new future. As in offer advice on different level and capacity on how to settle some of the problems. He constantly talk say he no go leave any part of Edo for one side, as in get plans to bring ogbonge development to all parts of Edo State.
Over the past few months, I have moved around our dear state, speaking with our people and consulting with stakeholders from every walk of life. I have listened very carefully to the concerns that we have all raised and have heard very, very clearly. Despite your worries, I feel your enthusiasm. I feel your optimism for a better tomorrow. And today, in this very defining moment, your presence here, your presence, all of you, those who are here physically and those who are here virtually, your presence here shows me without a shred of doubt that our collective hope for a better future is within our reach. We never stop striving, we never stop showing up. And this is the remarkable, unbreakable spirit of the Edo people. It's not just remarkable, it is truly inspiring. I thank you all. Beyond my corporate and non-governmental experience, I have been engaged working with the Edo State government actively for the last 16 years. During the administration of former Governor Comrade Aliyu Adams Oshiomhole, who incidentally is also my in-law, he still hasn't completed dowry payment, but I forgive him. I served on the economic team, providing insights and inputs on the development of key government policies, programs, and initiatives, leading to the reforms implemented by that government. Under the leadership of our current governor, Governor Godwin Obaseki, I also served as the chairman of the Ighodalo Economic Summit Unlimited by Guarantee, a private sector think tank that was established over the last 7 years to organize the annual Ighodalo Economic Summit and also to provide economic recommendations to the governor of the day. The recommendations that we provided to that government, accepted by that government, have contributed to the economic development and economic growth of this country, of this state in the last 7 years. Our economy has grown from 10 billion to about 25.6 billion. But it will trickle down. It must enter the stomach. It's coming. It must enter the stomach. By God's grace, we will make it enter the stomach. My background, spanning both the public and the private sector, has shaped my understanding of the systemic challenges and the problems of all our people in Edo State. Through the work of our foundation, the Jeremiah and Fola Ighodalo Foundation, I understand at a deeply human level the everyday struggles of our people. Struggles just to make ends meet. Mothers not eating so that their children can go to school. Fathers not eating so that the family can sustain. These are problems that have faced our people, and our people are yearning for a mechanism and a way to come out of all of these problems. I commit myself to provide a solution to all our people. While in the past, I have advised our leaders, I have been an advisor up until now. That has been what I have been doing. Today, I now ask for the opportunity to do it myself. I now ask for the opportunity to step out of the shadows from advising and do it myself for the benefit of the good people of Edo State. No part of Edo State will be left behind. From our high plains in Kukuruku to the lush vegetations of Ilushi, from the rich red sands of Sakumba to Esa Land's incredible biodiversity. We, the people of Edo State, we have all that is needed to make our state a mesmerizing destination for progress and wealth. Across each senatorial district, across each administrative zone, in the Edo North, Edo Central, and Edo South, we shall create practical and focused economic development teams that will harness each area's unique potential to create wealth for all our people.
As for Ighodalo, come talk say in policies as governor na to lead government wey go remove all the things where Edo State dey lack and make Edo the best place to live and work for Naija. E come talk say economic policies na to uplift the poor, support the hard-working people of the state and encourage entrepreneurship and innovation. E come still chook mouth on top the educational system of the state and how e want to turn around the state educational system to end generational poverty for good for Edo State. E come still talk say,
as governor by the grace of God Almighty and by your grace, my mission will be to create an Edo where quality education is accessible to all, where hard work is rewarded, where our talented youth can turn their dreams and aspirations into reality. I believe in the promise of an Edo where every person, regardless of their start in life, can write down their own success story if we all take the right steps together. I believe very strongly that education is the gateway to opportunity. So we will continue to invest in education as a priority, from primary schools to secondary schools and to tertiary institutions throughout the state. We will ensure that our educational system becomes a beacon of hope and a ladder to opportunity for each and every one of us and our children. We will make Edo State's educational system our key to ending generational poverty for good. No more poverty in Edo State. I and all the members of my team intend to be chief welfare officers of our state. We will provide good and affordable health care. We will provide, by God's grace, decent living conditions, decent accommodation, and basic food security for all our people. We will wave goodbye to poverty. If you, the great people of Edo State, the people of the greatest state in Nigeria, give me your mandate, my policies will be focused on unlocking this promise that I make. My ultimate objective is to lead a government that eliminates deprivation in all its forms and makes Edo the best place to live and work in Nigeria. Our economic policies will uplift the poor, support the hardworking men and women of Edo State, and encourage entrepreneurship and innovation. While an improved economy will reduce some types of insecurity, but that's not enough. We will work doggedly to stamp out the more stubborn forms of insecurity that continue to deprive our people of their lives and property. Ending insecurity in itself does not mean that our people are fully protected. All it will do is enable us to maximize the potential economic advantages of our rich cultural heritage. Under the guidance and with the blessing of our traditional fathers, we will be able to leverage our history and talent to create the cultural environment that will drive a robust tourism economy, proudly and respectfully rooted in the very essence of who we are as a people. Oba Atokwe! We will take advantage of our unique location to connect our people to even greater opportunities. Beyond roads, we will build a rail network across the senatorial zones that will allow us to move not just people and tourists, but also agricultural produce and economic goods. We will continue and we will conclude ongoing plans to develop the Benin port, which is fundamental to the economic growth of our country and our states. This infrastructure will raise real inclusive growth in this state, and it will raise qualitative growth. We will also work on electricity. Many parts of our state today don't have electricity, and many parts of our state today don't have water. We'll replicate the Oshomo Independent Power Project across the 3 senatorial zones. Ladies and gentlemen, we will create an enabling environment for businesses and people to thrive across our states. I'm here to respectfully seek the support of all Edo State people everywhere. Male, female, young, old, those at home and those in the diaspora, without whom true progress is impossible. Let us all shun these narratives that people throw around that seek to divide us. Let us come together as one to build the bridge that will lead us to prosperity. Let us strive to be the best, because only the best is good enough for all of us. My people. Let us build an Edo State where all that will matter will be our talent, our creativity, and our courage. Let us build an Edo State where all our people are seen as equal, regardless of gender, tribe, or religion. Let us build an Edo State where we are able to accommodate each the other, and where our diversities enrich our common pursuit of a progressive development, and where we completely eradicate poverty and genuinely grow a first world economy. Woo! I believe that it is possible for us to fulfill this Edo promise and this Edo dream.
It is possible.
And it is possible in our lifetime. Nay, it is possible in a few years.
It is possible.
They say home is where the heart beats. My heart beats in Edo. Together, and by the special grace of God Almighty, we will all working together, build an Edo State that we shall be proud of. A state that is an exemplar for the whole of Nigeria to emulate. The role of government is to keep the citizens safe. Listen carefully. To keep the citizens safe and to create conditions for all of us to be able to take care of our families and our loved ones. That's the role of government. By the grace of God Almighty, we will work hard, all of us together. If the good people of Edo State elect me as their governor, we will work hard to achieve this objective. Our women, our mothers, our wives.
Women, oh
yeah! You form more than half our population. You are the ones that hold the values of the homes dear. You are the ones that do 3 jobs and bring up a family and still get a first class in the university. You create the home, you strengthen the values, and you hold us all strong. Our mothers, our wives, our daughters, our women, you will all be an integral part of the development of this, our state. I wish to salute from the innermost recesses of my heart and to greet our great leaders of the People's Democratic Party, particularly our great leaders of the People's Democratic Party in Edo State, and our members. Despite and regardless of any differences and misalignments, we have all agreed to come together to work as one for the benefit of the good people of Edo State and for the benefit of our great party. I thank you all, and I thank you, and I thank you, and I thank you. We have all set aside differences, and we are looking into the future for the benefits of the good people of Edo State and for the benefit of our party. You cannot have a much more remarkable set of leaders. I thank you.
National leader of the People's Democratic Party, High Chief Tommy Kimi, PDP chieftain and past senator representing Edo Central Senatorial District, Senator Clifford Odia, member House of Representatives, Right Honorable Marcus Onobu, former Deputy Governor Chief Mike Ogiadomen, Edo South Senatorial leaders Chief Dixon Imasoge, wife of the aspirant Ifeyuwa Ighodalo, and other leaders of the Edo PDP come and endorse Aswen Ighodalo as their preferred candidate and man for the job.
For 24 years, those of us from Eastern Land have not had the opportunity to lead this state. I thank you all from Edo South and Edo North who gave advice to Edo Central that we must put our house in order and present to you one candidate or one aspirant. And I come here as a leader of our party in the Edo State and of Edo Central to confirm to you that we have done our job and we've done our job well. Barrister Aswen Ighodalo, who just spoke to you, distinguished speaker, distinguished barrister, has been the people's choice of Edo Central. This was through due process. The leadership of Edo Central formed a special committee to try as much as possible make consultations in this region and to screen all those who were interested in becoming the candidate. I was honored to be the chairman of that committee, which included leaders from all the 5 local governments. It included all the chairmen of the 5 local governments. It included women leaders and included youth leaders. We carried our assignment diligently. We traveled all the 5 local governments. And in each local government, we had dialogue with all the leaders of the local government, men and women, which included also the chairman of that local government, and all the leaders of the council of that local government. They were all present. We made it clear to them that we were neutral. We were not sent there by anyone. The governor never contacted me or anybody. We were doing the work for our people. And that whoever emerges from Eastern Land, no matter the local government from which he came, will be acceptable to us. We discussed with them, and they all were very pleased with our discussions in the 5 local governments and supported us what we did. We visited all our natural rulers. 24 of them were gathered at Ewato, at the residence of the Onoji of Ewato. We spoke to them and presented our committee to them. They were very happy with our committee, its composition. And they were very happy with the discussions we had and the confirmation we gave them. And all our natural rulers in the Eastern Land all confirmed that whoever we produced and chose, they will support that person. And this is where we are. We have met with all those who wanted to contest the election, all the aspirants. They met in my conference room in Igwebe, and we had discussions with them. Our first meeting was just an interaction, and that was far, far, far before Christmas. We told them that we are not here to appoint anybody, that we must all work together so that we can produce somebody together, knowing fully well that only one person will qualify to take the ticket. We discussed with them fully, and they all agreed that whoever we produced will be acceptable to them. As finished discussions, we all sat together, we ate together, and played together. We made no decisions on the first meeting. We said it's an interaction, that the aspirants should interact with themselves. They should interact with the committee. And that was before Christmas and New Year. They had plenty of time to interact with the people so that in the discussions, they should produce somebody. It was our hope that after that first meeting, the aspirants, who were about 8 at the time, will go back to their local governments. And that when we meet again, they will reduce their number to not more than 1 per local government. Fortunately, I come from Igwebe, and we had no aspirant in the mix. So if they had done what we had promised and asked them to do, we should have had at least not more than 4 people, 1 from each of the 4 local governments. However, when we met again early January with all the aspirants, and in an interaction meeting, there were still 7 of them, and they had not done what we had asked them to do. But further discussions among ourselves produced results. Because on the first meeting and second meeting, one by one among the rest of the aspirants started withdrawing. The first one to withdraw was Itula from Uromi. When he withdrew, he announced that he supported Aswe Ighodalo. Then we agreed to come back for screening. When we came back the next meeting, I received a letter from the former speaker, Marcus Onobu. Marcus Onobu wrote to us to say that he had now withdrawn and supported the Aswe Ighodalo. We then waited to have another meeting for screening, which was on the 6th of January. When we met at that meeting for screening, and we were about to start screening, we received 2 messages. One message came from, who was it? It came from Senator Odia from Esa Central. Senator Odia now said he believed so much in ESA agenda, the agenda of producing an ESA governor. As a result, he did not want us to start struggling, and he therefore stepped down, withdrew his competition, and decided to support Aswe Ighodalo. Well, when that day, some people asked for more time for them to go and consult with their supporters, mainly Yakubu and Anselm Ojezwa and Martin Uhumuebe. They said they wanted to go and consult with their supporters. We then came after a few days and met again. And in that meeting, John Yakubu of Uromi decided to say that he had made consultations, and he then stepped down and supported Aswe Ighodalo. Well, as you can see, we have now got 5 of the 7 stepping down. Then we decided that after that being the case, we shall have a discussion with the rest of them. Unfortunately, in the last meeting, Anselm Ojezwa and Martin Uhumuebe were not present, and they gave no reasons for their absence. As well as Jofer, who attended only 1 or 2 of our meetings, decided not to attend the last meeting. We now had left with us only 1 aspirant. And the only 1 aspirant that was left with us was Barrister Aswe Ighodalo. It was clear to us that by divine grace that we've now had 1 aspirant on the basis which had no struggle. All aspirants had agreed to our committee, that whoever emerges will be acceptable to them. We were prepared to present 1 aspirant, not only to Esan Land, but to Edo State, to Edo Central, to Edo South, and Edo North. Let me, as leader of our party, not only in this state, but particularly of Edo Central Senatorial District, confirm to you that Edo Central senatorial district has one preferred aspirant, and is Barrister Aswe Ighodalo.
My dear people of Edo State who are here, I want to tell you that today is my happiest day. The reason is that I have the opportunity to be here to declare before all of you that we have chosen somebody we know without any iota or doubt that will lead Edo State to the state of Eldorado. My decision to align with Dr. Aswe Ighodalo has been one of my greatest decisions in the recent past. And I do not take any of those decisions without my inner consultation and reaching out to those I know should be able to advise me properly. Today, I've aligned with somebody I know indeed that he has what it takes to lead Edo State to that we have always desired from time immemorial. We do know that this is a man who has a very rich cultural background. We also know that he has the connection that it takes for him to be able to lead Edo State. And therefore, aligning with him is the best decision that we can take.
I want to be very specific and straight to the point. I have never been a spoiler all my life. I join good people to work. We have in Aswe Ighodalo a man who is ready at this point in time to take Edo State to the next level of infrastructural development. We know him, and that is why I had to step down to enable him move ahead. I believe that Governor Obaseki, our governor, has laid the foundation stone for a sustainable development. And I know that it's only Aswe Ighodalo at this point in time that can build on that to make Edo State a happy state.
For me, haven't had the privilege to serve Edo people as the Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly, and also privileged to become a member of the Federal House of Representatives. And knowing fully well that I signed off for the 30-year development plan of our governor, Governor Godwin Obaseki, a man who had aimed to build a tall and skyscraper for Edo State, for the economic prosperity of our dear states. And he has spent his time to dig deep in order to be able to carry this tall building. And having looked around and knowing fully well that we want the betterment of Edo State, we have chosen to support and throw our weight behind our brother, Barrister Aswe Ighodalo. I want to encourage you that nothing good comes easy. Don't listen to naysayers. They will tell you all kinds of stories. But I want to say that this is Edo State. We have the capacity to vote and vote who we want and make sure the vote counts. So the first step is that we will make sure he's our candidate and work towards the September election and bringing in a firebrand new governor of Edo State.
What we have all come to agree, whether in the opposition party or in PDP, is that PDP has done very well economically, socially, and otherwise for Edo State. Edo State used to be referred to as a civil service state. By the grace of God, for the past 8 years, that have changed. That have changed from a civil service state to an industrialized state. You will understand this because today, Edo State, Edo Airport is the third most busiest airport in Nigeria. That is because a lot of persons have changed that perception for Edo State being a civil service state to an industrialized state. And that glory, that thing go to our governor, Governor Obaseki, who for the past 7 years have tried his best to make sure that a lot of things are put on ground and foundation is being laid. But nobody is perfect. You don't have any man that is perfect. That's why in this time, you heard this saying that Igbe or Igbanoho. But that is why we have in our midst today a man who will take over from there, a unifier. Today, coming into a PDP gathering, there is nothing like division. And to that extent, it means we're going ahead with one formidable house that will deliver PDP again and again and again come September 2024.
Abraham Lincoln wrote his son's teacher. He said, for every politician, for every selfish politician, there is a dedicated leader. I have seen AI, artificial intelligence, man who believes in data, man who can take this state to the next level. I decided, because of his intelligence, whether native, whether spiritual, whether physical, I've decided to support him in full.
We are here today and speaking for Edo Central Senatorial District. We are here today to present our son to all of you for support in his quest to be the governor of Edo State. This request is without bias. The strength with which we are going to fight this battle, we are going to deploy the same strength in pursuing peace and reconciliation, because that is most important. I can see today we have a crowd you can describe as a unanimous crowd, a crowd that you can describe as a consensus crowd. But that is not all. We still have a lot to do. The olive branch that we have offered is still there. The gates to the train, as well as Ighodalo train, is still open. We need to appeal to our brothers and sisters who are still on the other side of the divide to please join us in this battle. If I say PDP, all you need to say is Aswan Ighodalo is doable. PDP!
Aswan Ighodalo is doable!
I come here today on behalf of the good people of Edo North. On the 19th of November, 2023, the elders of Edo North PDP met. We were discussing the political dynamics in Edo State. And we came to the conclusion that whichever way we want to go, we must respect the constitution of the PDP as amended, which states, and is the only party that is definitive about this, there shall be zoning and rotation of electoral offices. Edo people, we are one. We are brothers and sisters. Whether you are Bini, you are Esan, you are Femai, we are all of the same stock. In a family, when the senior has chosen, the next will choose. And so on and so forth until it gets back to the senior. We must ensure equity. We must ensure justice. We must ensure brotherhood. We must ensure inclusiveness. We must ensure that we obey the constitution of the institution, the PDP, which we belong. We considered this, and we came to a conclusion that unless the people of Edo Central, the Esan people, are not able to present to us, that is, the people of Esan, present to us an acceptable, a man of capacity, somebody we can call leader, then that is the only condition under which we can look elsewhere. And so we made a declaration on that day that there should be zoning and there should be rotation. Further to this, on the 8th of January, the leaders of the PDP in Edo North, numbering over 200, came together. We had the opportunity that day
of hosting Barrister Aswelime Ighodalo. Nobody will see this kind of man and say, you want to start rummaging the dustbin. You see better for your front. Then you dey check dustbin whether you go see something. Who does that? He's a clear star. And at this point in time in our lives, he's the star. My party people, you know very well, there is nothing I owe this state now. There is nothing I owe this generation now more than to give the right advice. To give an advice that will give us progress, will move us forward. In Aswa Ighodalo, we see a man who will move Edo State from A to A++++.
We in the South will not really address who our candidate is. Up to 5 weeks ago, if you tell me I will support Ighodalo, I will tell you no.
AI rising.
But since then, I've seen the good side of him. All I could not do is doing it. I see him as a great unifier.
The unifier. Man, we sabi.
Even whether they like it or not, for more than a year, we've not had that the working committee met. The legacy, we say they have 12, and that the fellow has 2. But happily, he had a meeting about a week ago.
The unifier!
With the full house of the state working committee. He has also come to see whether we like it or not, the legacy side of the South. He also talked to his people after that. And in these 2 meetings as a unifier, I was also there to make sure I don't have divided interest in me. The progress of the party is what I cherish. And since this is the man that wants to unite us, personally is having my endorsement.
I, as a mother, I looked carefully into the itinerary of what he wants to give to us in Edo State. And I looked at the upbringing of our brother. He is a special gem, a young man that is so intelligent. I went through his CV, I looked at him, I looked at all that he has accomplished in life. And I want to say that we are lucky in Edo State to have somebody like Aswen coming on board.
Yes, sir.
Aswen, we say, and I know very much, he attended one of the best schools in this country. King's College, UI, International School, and he also attended great universities outside this country. And he has been a trailblazer. He's accomplished in so many areas of development. He is a man that we can trust to do wonderful work in Edo State.
AI.
He has the capacity to bring all that we need in Edo State at this time,
yes,
and to build on what our governor have done. So for me and for the women in Edo State, I want to say we are going to support Aswen all the way. For me as a mother, I was looking for somebody who is compassionate, somebody that loves people, somebody that is humble, somebody that will bring everybody to himself. And I looked at that. My brother Aswen has that quality.
If we look at this crowd, we'll see faces of young men eager to send Dr. Aswe Ighodalo to Sadebe venue. We have seen in this shortest period of time, I've had the opportunity to work with Dr. Aswe Ighodalo. I've seen he's a man
that love to cultivate the innovations and idea of the young men, crossbreeding it with the experience and wisdom of our elders. And with that, we have always recorded remarkable success. Truly, this man might be man when he's sabi, because he has shown sabiness. In this short period of time, he has been able to go into the party, uniting everybody. Everybody knows that I'm legacy in total. But this man has shown concern for the growth of the party. He has not rested from the day he started, trying to build bridges. We have a governor that sincerely wants the youth to develop. He wants the youth to leave the street, and we must applaud him for that. Dr. Aswen has shown that he's a unifier, not the unifier we know at the national, but the unifier of Edo State.
My people, well done, oh. Well done, ma. Thank you. Thank you to the youth. Thank you to the women. Thank you to everybody. We thank you, oh, as una come out today. They sweet us for Belen.
Sweet, well,
thank you. I be una wife. I be una pikin. I be una daughter. Una know your pikin, my husband. Women where we be, make una help me to back una pikin. Because pikin where woman back, you know they fall.
No go fit fall.
What we say. Thank you.
Make una not forget say, as we see am, now so we dey talk am. We need to take blame. From Benin City, Ekata Ojiseli, TMC TV News.